Hello, everybody. Marcus Guiliano here, Chef Marcus Guiliano from Aroma Time Bistro in Ellenville. So I am back. This is part 2 of how to cook a turkey. How to cook a turkey no other way you've ever seen before that will totally transform your turkey for the rest of your Thanksgivings. All right, so we did part 1. First I did a video yesterday on here on Facebook Live, which we did. I walked through the whole thing, but I didn't have the turkey in front of me, and I got a lot of feedback from it. People were like, thank you, that was so helpful, but I had some questions. So today I did part 1 with the turkey in front of me before it went in the oven, how I took it apart. Now here's part 2. So if you have not watched this yet, or you want to catch up, you go back to watch part 1, which is on our Facebook page a little earlier. So here is part 2 of this. Here's the turkey. I separated it in 2 separate pieces, because like I said, the legs cook quicker than the breast does. You never make sure that timer pops up, because that pop-up timer, when it pops up, means it's overcooked. So that is not a good thing. So here's our turkey. And there are all those beautiful vegetables on the bottom here that I was talking about, how you make a roasting rack. And see how the onions have started roasting and the carrots have started browning. This is perfect for gravy. Now, you have to do this a day or 2 ahead of time, not the day of Thanksgiving, because you won't get this to make your gravy in enough time. Because we need the bones from this to make our gravy. If we don't have the bones from here, we can't make an adequate gravy. And we need several hours to cook a stock into a gravy. Now, there's the breastbone. Both breasts are here. I just went straight down there, and let's see if you can see what I'm doing. I'm putting my hand in there. I'm just slicing this. Most people, when they take turkey at home, they start slicing piece by piece by piece by piece, and they end up going to the center. Now we're going to actually start from the center here and take off the whole breast at one time. So I'm getting in on the bone. I don't know if you can zoom in there and see I'm like right on in. So and the wishbone is back here, so you really want to follow the wishbone all the way down. You can turn it upside just like this. And you work your way around everything here. You notice that it could be a slight underdone, but that's fine, because we're going to finish cooking this. This really is not underdone. And you see that this is really nice and soft and juicy. And that's the whole breast right there. This is the actual wing part, which we're going to put this into the stock. This is your breast now that you are going to now put into a Corningware, something with a lid on it, that you can slice this nice and thin, and lay this inside that pan. Here's the other half of this. So again, this can be done up to 2 days, 3 days ahead of time, and you don't have to overcook the turkey. We're going to get in here, we're going to get all the meat out here. And then this is now the bones you're going to use to make your stock. So you have these bones now. Here again is the breast. All right, so there's the nice breast. These bones here, you can actually go in here and chop up the rib bones. Go in there, these will come apart. And the more you chop these bones up, the better stock they're going to make, because the more edges you have exposed. If you have a cleaver, you want to go in here and really chop down. I don't want to, because it's going to splash grease all over Jamie, all over our camera person, Jamie. Say hi, Jamie.
Hello, everybody.
You doing a Facebook Live today?
I'm going to do a Facebook Live here shortly. I'm going to do a drink. It's going to be early today. I think the day before Thanksgiving, everybody starts a little bit early with their happy hour, so
they
I'm
do.
going to start a little early today.
All right, so now there's the thigh right there. The leg is going to come right off. You get it right in that joint right there. All right. Now, these 2 pieces here, your 2 leg pieces. If you twist, it just comes right out. These are going to go into my last boil of the gravy, my last simmer of the gravy. We never boil gravy. So the best piece of the chicken or any chicken or any turkey comes in this backbone right here, which is called the backbone. There's something here called the oyster, which goes through this little cavity right there. That's notoriously known as the best part of the whole turkey or a chicken when you roast it. You want to save them as skin. If anybody wants crispy skin, you need to save this skin, and that's going to be their crispy skin that they get. Okay. So, and here you have more turkey bones. This is what's going to make your stock and your sauce or your gravy delicious, because you're going to take this is the backbone. You're going to take this and chop it up really good, small pieces. You're going to take celery, carrots, and onions, and you are going to simmer that for 4, 5, 6 hours and skim it nice and slowly and simmer nice and slowly and make like an amazing stock, which you would think you're going to make soup with, but it's not really soup you're going to make. You're going to make sauce and gravy or sauce. Here's the leg. Here's the thigh bone. Okay. Here's the other side. And if you just start maneuvering and pulling, twisting and pulling here, this will start coming out, right? This is all good meat here. This is all your good dark meat. Keep in mind, you are going to be reheating this, and this will cook a touch more. This is why it's important that you don't overcook the turkey from the first step. Okay. There's that oyster again right there. That's the oyster. That piece right there is the prized piece out of the turkey, and it comes out of that little backbone, that little cavity right there. There's one on each side of the backbone. It's called the oyster.
The farthest away from.
It's just people love the oyster. Anybody, any culinary aficionado, somebody who has a chef would know this, that the oyster part is the most prized part. It's like the hanger steak of beef. It's just 2 per turkey, and it's or chicken, and it's just the most tender piece, they say, and it's dark. So here's all of our boneless, right? Here's all of our boneless meat, dark meat. Here's my boneless bones from the dark meat. Here's my white bones. So this is all my bones that we're going to make the stock out of: the celery, onions, and carrots, and the bay leaf and the thyme. This right here is now our turkey breast. Now the turkey breast here, you're going to want to slice nice and thin. I'm not going to slice this whole thing right now, but this is what's going to happen. You're going to take this, you're going to arrange this, slice it like, right, so it looks like an accordion. You're going to arrange this into a Corningware, a Pyrex, something with a lid, and you're going to have your dark meat and one breast on one side and one breast on the other side. And that's how you're going to reheat your turkey with some of the stock inside a vessel, sealed lid, in the oven for 20, 30, 40 minutes. And everything here is going to steam. You're going to use the gravy in here to reheat it, and it's going to be amazing. This part goes into your gravy while it's simmering on the stove for the last hour before the meal. And then this right here, the turkey leg, which is typically the toughest part to eat because it has all this cartilage going in it, that will just fall right off the cartilage and be super, super tender and very moist and lots of flavor in the gravy. See, as you look at this, see that right there? This is just so tough to eat. See that right there? That's not enjoyable to eat. And all that, see, there's another one right there. This is all in the leg.
It'll come out.
And this will just, I don't want to dissolve, but this will just pull, all the meat will pull off of there so easily. And this is tough right now. This will be so tender to eat. It'll be just as tender as a lot of the other meat. So that's the story with that. So tune into part 1, what I did earlier today. And this is a way for you to cook your turkey 1, 2, 3 days in advance. Make a super, super strong stock that turns into your gravy and your sauce, and be able to not overcook your turkey because you're separating it out. The legs cook before the breast. You can cook them totally separate, and it's the way I've been doing it for years and years and years in the kitchen. I've worked for a lot of chefs over the years. I've seen a lot of turkeys cooked, and this method here made the most sense to me when I was a young chef apprentice. I was like, wow, this is a no-brainer. They cook different temperatures. They come out. And so if you think a restaurant cooks a turkey the day of Thanksgiving and then slices it and tries to make the stock and the gravy, that's not happening. You need a couple days to prep and make this properly. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Jimmy,
I was gonna add in.
Okay.
I was gonna show everybody my pumpkin cake that I made. It's actually wrapped, right? So now we have dessert, pumpkin pies that are made, and we have panettone, right?
Panettone. Panettone from Italy just came in.
Yep.
We have some loaves of that left, $35.
And stay tuned for my drink of the day.
Up next.
Up shortly. Hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll be on live. I don't know what I'm even making today. I have to decide.
Something festive.
Nice festive drink. So.
Can we make like some kind of winter Negroni? Can we make like a cranberry gin Negroni?
That sounds good.
Right? I love Negronis and a cranberry gin Negroni.
Sounds good.
Okay.